Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna start off with a primer. This is the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre, and I'm going to apply that going to the middle side first of my eyelid, and then the outer eye, and then the inner eye. And then you want to also set that with a translucent powder. So to use as a brow bone shade, I'm gonna take this white shadow from the VISEART Editorial Brights palette, and I'm going to just apply that onto the brow bone so that way it's highlighted, and plus in the palette that I'm going to be using, it doesn't have a white shade. So this is the VISEART Petit Pro 2 palette. It's very tiny, it's so cute, and I was like, oh my god, there's a lot of rose colors and just some mauves and some purple. So I'm going to start off with this first shade. I'm going to use a blending brush from Wet n Wild, and I'm going to apply that onto the crease, just diffusing that. I know it looks like there's nothing there, but trust me, when you build it up, there's going to be something there. And you're going to need that shade when you're blending out the other shades. So just apply that all over the crease. I'm going to draw my crease area because I think this one, like this actual step, is a lot easier for me than just going in with a deep shade and then going to light. So I feel like I know where to cut the crease, so just mapping it out and drawing it is a lot easier for me. There's different ways you can do a cut crease, but this is a way that I like to do it. So go however you want to, as long as you get to the finish line, that's all that matters. So now I'm going to blend that out with this brush. It's like a taper blending brush, and I'm going to just blend out that harsh line just to diffuse it, so that way it's not too harsh and it's not going to just look obvious. So now I'm going to take this orangey peachy shade, and I'm going to take a taper blending brush and applying that into the crease. So just make sure you pick up enough pigment to just apply that into the crease. And then with that first shadow we applied into the crease, we're going to just blend out that harsh line so that it's like a transition. And now I'm going in with this purple shadow with this more of a pencil brush, and I'm going to just put that right on top of that brown. Don't worry, we're going to go back over with that brown shadow again after this. So just apply that into the crease so that way there's like a transition from like light to dark. And then that way we're gonna blend it out with that same shadow, but first we're gonna blend it out with no extra pigment on the brush. We're just going to blend out that harsh purple line, and then we're just gonna go back to the other brush to kind of blend that out. I feel that with these shadows they blend really nicely. Going back into that brown shadow, we're going to go over it again to kind of bring back that line. So it doesn't have to be perfect when you do the line, just make sure as long as it's there, and then when you clean up there's gonna be that brown to the purple to that peachy shade to, you know, the white. So now I'm going to use the MAC Pro Longwear concealer to just clean up the whole eyelid area, so that way we can focus on the shimmer shadows and also the dark pigments. This brush from Sigma is one of my favorites. I'm gonna list the name down below, but it's one of my favorites to clean up the cut crease area, the lid, or just to clean up around my lips. Like, this brush is everything. So now back to the palette, I'm gonna go in with this shimmer shade and starting off with the inner eye first. So you wanna follow where you did clean up, so that way it can kind of look more like a half circle illusion. So make sure you apply that first, and then we're gonna move on to a darker shade, and then we're gonna deepen up the outer corner. For this shadow, I did wet it, so I did use my Evian facial spray to wet the brush to get this pigment to look more foil. Now I'm gonna move towards this shadow, the first shimmer shade, and I'm going to use a different brush, and I'm going to pat that right in the middle. And then that peachy shade that we did apply in a crease, we're going to apply that right next to that shimmer shade, and then the purple right in the outer corner with a little bit of that brown just to deepen up that outer corner. So then after all of that, I'm going to blend out everything together so that way it's not harsh, there's no lines there, it's just all diffused. For my liner, I'm not gonna do a wing, I'm just going to do a tight line. I'm using the Maybelline Eye Studio Lasting Gel Liner. And then I'm going to use the City Color Cosmetics Fierce Lashes Mascara to coat my lashes. And then I'm going to go in with these lashes from Shop Mimi Artistry in Sage. So moving on to my face, I'm going to use the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Foundation Stick in Shell. And I've really been loving this foundation stick. Some people don't like it. I love it. I just feel that it's a flawless stick foundation, and it's so quick and easy to just blend out into your skin, and just moving it all over your face, and then the finished look is just so flawless. For cream contour, I'm going to use the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel bronzing makeup base, and then I'm going to apply some concealer and making sure I blend out that concealer really well. So after I'm done applying and blending out my concealer, I'm going to set that with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Light. And then I'm going to do my contour with the ABH Contour Kit. And I'm going to use the shade Fawn. I haven't done this in a while, but I'm going to reverse contour and then just blend it out, like remove the translucent right away because I don't want it to be too harsh of a line. But this is like a great step if you want to clean up that bronzer or that contour. For blush, I'm taking the Milani Cosmetics Baked Powder Blush in Berry Amore. And I love how subtle and does have a little bit of a sheen to it, but it's pretty, it's not overpowering. And then the last step for highlight, I'm taking the Makeup Revolution Highlight Palette. And I'm taking this shade and applying that right on top above the blush area. I think this palette is amazing for an affordable price. It's so beautiful. Now for my waterline, I'm not going to do a black, I'm going to do a white liner. I'm using the MAC Eye Khol pencil in Fascinating, and I'm surprised that this stood on my waterline for a while. Usually with eye pencils or anything in that sort that goes into the waterline area, it doesn't stick, it doesn't stay well, and it always runs in my outer eye. But with this pencil, it didn't do that, and I had this makeup on for like most of my day. And I'm going to take the rest of the shadows that I applied in the crease and blending that in my bottom lash line, not my waterline, but my bottom lash line. And that brown, I'm going to pack it right where the white liner is at, so that way the white can pop even more. And that shimmer shadow that we use from the highlight, I'm going to apply that in my inner eye and some mascara in the bottom lashes. So for lips, I'm taking the NYX natural lip pencil, and then I'm going to use a liquid lipstick from Time Los Angeles, their Luxe liquid lipstick in pink buttercream. This is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this makeup tutorial. I really like VISEART palettes. I just think that they're so easy to blend and the pigmentation is there. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Comment down below, like this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more looks. I'll see you guys in my next one.